Hi guys, today we're going to make a craft for Mother's Day. Since Mother's Day is this coming Sunday, we are going to use finger paint and paint some flowers. So if you have paint at home, you can use that. I did not have any paint at home, so I chose to make my own paints. And here's the paint that I made. This paint was pretty easy to make. All you need is 1/3 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 cups of water. You put it in a saucepan over the stove on medium heat for just a couple minutes until it thickens. You're gonna need your parents' help to do that part. And then once it was done, I just poured it into these small bowls. I added food coloring. You can add whatever food coloring you want your flowers to be. And then it's done. And you gotta just mix the food coloring. And then the other things you need are just a piece of paper. It doesn't matter, whatever paper you have at home will work just fine. The size or color does not matter. And then something to write with. So the first thing that we're gonna do is draw the stems for our flowers. So, and depending on your skill level, it will vary on how much assistance you need here. Some of you may be able to write these independently like this. So there's one of my flower stems. I'm going to add some leaves on my stems. And then some of you, just moving it so you guys can see. There we go. Some of you may need hand over hand assistance to write these. You can also use the hop-on method, which for those of you that don't know what the hop-on method is, your parent would be holding the writing utensil, and then the child's hand would be placed on top like this, and then the parent is making the movement like that to make the stem, and the child's just having their hand on top, so the child is still feeling that movement that is being made, and then making the stems on the flowers also. So there's my stems, and then we'll do one more, and another way to do it is you can write the line, and then you can have the student trace over the line just like that. And I'll make a stem on this one, or a leaf on the stem. I'm gonna make this one a little bit longer. So our stems are done for our flowers now. The next thing we're gonna do is choose what paint we wanna use. So I'm gonna choose yellow for the center part of my flower. So you're just gonna dip your finger in. And then I'm gonna put it just like that above the stem. And I'm only doing one because I just want this to be the middle part. Your middle part can be the same color as your petals. It doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. And then I'm gonna choose purple for my flower petals. Just gotta make sure I get enough paint on my finger here. And there is my petals on my flower. I'm gonna do this one purple also. This is a good sensory activity. Some of you guys might not like the way that this paint feels. If you really can't stand the way that it feels, I'm gonna wipe my finger off, but you can use a pop bottle and the bottom of it, you can dip it into the paint like that. And that's how I'll do my last flower. And then all you're gonna do is just stamp it on like that. There, and there's my third flower. And then the only thing that we have left to do is to write Happy Mother's Day. I'm gonna grab, you can use whatever writing utensil you prefer. I'm gonna use a marker. And then I'm gonna write Happy Mother's Day. I'm trying to write this upside down so it's not backwards in the video. It's a little difficult. Okay, so there's Happy Mother's Day, and you can write it wherever you want on the paper. It does not have to be in any specific spot. So there's the final product. And when you're writing Happy Mother's Day, you can, depending on how much help you may need, you may be able to write it independently. You may want to have your parent trace or parent write it and then have you trace over it. You may want to do it with hand over hand assistance, or you may want to use the hop-on method like I showed before. Okay, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this craft. Thank you. Have a good week. Bye.